I believe there is a standard that should be observed and be carried out, not just the gay one, not just the gay nights, but every night in the organization. I may be gay, I may be crazy, but I'm not screaming, if you know what I mean.
Well, good evening, everybody. Again, this is another installment of Know Your Nights. Tonight, we have a night from the LA area. Um, Sir Gio from the LA area Knights of Rizal. And again, as you know, the Musings of the Knights of Rizal has this episode on knowing your nights, which basically says that, with this pandemic and everything, and sometimes we see uh, the postings on Facebook of nights, but we really don't know them. And in this way, we learn about them, their experience in the Knights of Rizal, and maybe get a glimpse uh, on what we can do to better the Knights of Rizal, or even to learn from his experience in life, basically. So, Sir Gio, is that okay if I call you Sir Gio? It's or Gio Sargent. Is that correct,
Right.
sir?
Yes, that is the name.
Okay. Sir Gio, can you tell me about yourself, please?
Uh, right now, I am the program director for the Filipino American Service Group Incorporated, more popularly known as FASG, a nonprofit organization operating out of Filipino Town, and we service the Filipino American community. By trade, I am a choreographer, director, and actor.
Very nice. How can you tell us about your family, if you don't mind, in the Philippines or here abroad, here in
Well,
the United States? I mean.
my family, and this is funny because my paternal side of the family kind of kind of how do we put that? Kind of relates to the history of Rizal.
How
My
so,
great
sir?
my great grandfather or my great great grandfather, who happens was sent to the Philippines from Spain, and he was he if I history serves right, he left the Spanish Armada to join the Philippine Revolution.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and you can read about him. His name is Manuel Bernal Sitiar.
How do you spell that, sir? The last name.
The Sitiar part
Yes, sir.
is S as in Sam, I, T as in Tom, YAR.
Manuel Sitiar.
Yes, Manuel Sitiar.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
I
Um,
am I am really a Sitiar married to a sergeant.
to a sergeant. Okay. Very
Yes.
nice.
And my
And
stage name is Sergeant.
gotcha. How about your background in the Philippines? When did you come here to the United
I
States?
migrated to the United States in 1983, first living in San Francisco and then eventually moving down to Los Angeles.
Now, how did you get connected to the Knights of Rizal?
Dr. Orly Kagampan invited me to be part of the knighthood. And this happened because the Knights of Rizal consequently has their office where I work at the FASG Bayanihan Center. So it was like one of the more natural things to do since I was there already and I was, helping out. They said, well, why don't you become a knight?
Mhm. And when was this,
So
sir?
let's see, sometime I believe in August 2018.
2018. Okay. All right. Now, what made you realize that the Knights of Rizal was a good fit for you? And instead, aside from being spatially close with their office in your building, wow, what made you think that? Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Well, I was curious to see what the organization was about, and observing the other knights, um, there was a good bond of camaraderie, and I think that's very important in any organization. And it was genuine. It was genuine. So, so I felt honored to be invited to becoming a knight.
Now, in your 2 years in the Knights
Yeah.
of Rizal, was there anything that you personally witnessed that inspired you, like a wow moment in the Knights of Rizal?
Uh, well, the wow moments were when I was invited to participate in the actual induction of newer knights.
I think that's when I met you.
Yes, yes, exactly. That's when we met. Yeah,
That's right.
I think I was you. You were one of my charges.
Okay. So
Yeah,
what made that inspirational for you? The
the
knighting, we call
solemnity,
it.
the solemnity of the ceremony. There was
What
nothing. The solemnity of the ceremony. There was no theatrics involved. You know how some other inductions they have all this drama. The knights um, proceeds were very simple, straightforward, and honest.
Mhm.
And for me, that speaks the heart of the organization. That we're not after anything grandiose. We are there for a purpose and to serve that purpose.
If you can name a specific activity of the Knights of Rizal that excited you, what would it be?
Well, it was the Echo Park Christmas parade that excited me because I was in charge of uh, getting participants to the parade. I had requested five show cars to be part of it, but I was having a challenge in filling the cars up. But one thing about the Knights of Rizal, one request and everybody came on board,
Very nice.
and they really supported Fast G during the parade enthusiastically, in spite the long hours of waiting, in spite being under the sun. I mean, the spirit was just there. They were in the spirit of Christmas and the
Right.
spirit of the knighthood.
Yeah, and you have a background in acting, in performing. How were you able to use this talent of yours in the Knights of Rizal at all?
Not yet.
Not
I
yet. Okay.
haven't been given that opportunity, but if the opportunity presents itself and in better conditions than what we are right now, I would love
Absolutely.
to contribute whatever talent I have for the cause.
As you know, Jose Rizal is multifaceted. He was in
Mhm.
theater, while in Europe. He obviously is a writer. He's he do sculptures. What
Mhm.
specific work of Dr. Jose Rizal inspired you?
Um, well, there's El Filibusterismo, Noli Me Tangere. But what I would like to, if given the opportunity to do a piece regarding Dr. Rizal, I would like to do the Ultimo Adios.
I think in the 1900s, the Mi Ultimo Adios was read by a U.S. Congressman
Yes,
in the Congress, because it was just so filled with heart
I'm getting
and emotion.
goosebumps just thinking of it right now, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Um, yeah, that's something to look forward to. What did you like about the Mi Ultimo Adios, if anything specific?
Well, I think of all the works of Jose Rizal, Dr. Jose Rizal, Mi Ultimo Adios being his last obra because that is the last piece he wrote before being executed, is full of his emotional being in that particular piece. And that's why it's attracted me. Philly and Nolly were both, I think, more on the inspirational side, underscoring the Spanish regime. If I know my Rizal right, I'm a very bad historian,
That,
but
that, mhm.
like
That
I said, um, Mi Ultimo Adios is extremely very personal.
nothing like writing last obra, knowing that in less than 24 hours you'll be shot.
You're gone. Yeah, exactly.
There's definitely a lot of emotions
Yeah.
there, and even at the last minute, he was writing about his country. What uh, what do you cherish in your local chapter?
Well, we are under very good leadership with Dr. Kagampan. He is I think he is the driving force of our local chapter.
Would you say that Dr. Kagampan would be somebody that you look up to in the Knights
Yes,
of Rizal?
definitely,
Now,
definitely.
what specific character of Dr. Kagampan that you find moving that works for your local chapter?
He is a leader that doesn't behave like your typical leader.
What do you mean
He's
by
a
that, sir?
friend. He is a friend. And he gets things done without being what typical leaders are. If you know what I'm
Sure.
saying. Yeah. Yes.
So his leadership is exceptional in a way that it's personal.
Very. Yes.
You
Yes.
don't know it's actually it's a leadership covered with friendship.
That's a good way of describing it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But yeah, I did meet Dr. Kagampan actually in Las Vegas when we had the international uh, assembly there, and I did talk
So
to
I'm sure you
him.
agree with what I'm saying.
Unfortunately, I did have a glimpse of who he is, but as you know, with that many people around, it's really
Oh
that's why
yeah.
we're doing this Know Your Nights, because really with conferences like that, you talk to them on the surface, on a superficial surface, unfortunately, because really you can't, with
Yeah.
with the
Understandable.
energy and the excitement, you really, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, I can see that with his postings on FB, and I hope to uh, be able to interview him also one of these days, because I'm sure he'll be an inspiration not only in your local chapter but even worldwide, because this will be
Right.
worldwide.
Yes.
If you were to uh, invite a potential Knight of Rizal to the organization, what would you say to him?
Well, I wouldn't. It's not as much as what I would say to him, but to assess him that he has the right qualities to be part of the knighthood. Because some people they join organizations mainly because they yes they want to help out, but unfortunately there are some who join just because of um, the glamour that comes with the organization, like being called a knight is a big thing, you know. So um, I think knowing knowing the true qualities of the candidate would be important, and if that is identified, then I would be more than happy to invite him or him to the knighthood because of the qualities that are required of the knighthood. And
Mhm. Now, on your personal experience and your personal bias, you and to dig a little bit deeper, if you were like in a balcony, standing up, and you're looking at the mass of people, knights of Rizal, uh,
mhm,
what would catch your attention and say that's a knight, that's a knights of Rizal,
a
right
true knight,
there, a
okay,
true knight of Rizal, right
okay,
there.
a true knight, you can tell by his decorum. Even though like me, I'm a confessed nut. Like, I'm crazy. Okay, I like to make people laugh when the opportunity comes. But when it comes to propriety, that's what I'm looking for. A true knight would carry. You can tell by the way the knight stands. You know, always present in the moment. Um, the way they converse, you could tell by the way they converse with other knights. How you can pinpoint the genuine man.
Sir Gio, let me ask you something personal. I know you have a husband, and I know that you're pretty open with it. All you have to do is open Facebook. And did you have a hard time with the Knights of Rizal in your chapter, in expressing yourself, in being true uh, to your personality and your identity?
No, that's why I truly respect the organization because they showed no what's it, intolerance. They were very accepting of me to be part of the knighthood. So there was no bias, no discrimination whatsoever. Some of them, even Dr. Kagampan has met my husband, and never was there an
As
issue.
did I.
Oh yes, you did. Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes, yes.
yes. So
So
yeah,
having said that, do you think that uh, future knights who have the same outlook in life, who have the same sexual orientation, should they be um, rethinking if they wanted to express their realism, Rizalism, if they want to express their nationalism? Should their sexual orientation be a hindrance in joining the Knight of
it
Rizal?
it should not be an issue. However, again, remember how I said the way they presented themselves, the decorum. I may be gay, I may be crazy, but I'm not screaming, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely, absolutely.
There is a standard. I believe there is a standard that should be observed and be carried out, not just the gay one, not just the gay knights, but every knight in the organization, in the brotherhood. There has to be a standard. And as long as those standards are met and upheld, I don't think there should be an issue regardless of what sexual orientation or background you come from.
Very well said. Again, Sir Gio, I want to express my appreciation for you to opening up and sharing with us your experience in the Knights of Rizal, what makes it work for you, and what your thoughts are on being Knights of Rizal. And hopefully that would inspire uh, other potential members into coming in, who are sharing some qualities that you uphold. And with that, my last question is, there is a Supreme Council election this coming year. We will have a new Supreme Commander that will be elected. If you have the opportunity, and only one opportunity, to talk to this Supreme Commander, the newly elected Supreme Commander, what would you say to him?
Think and be Rizal. That's all I will say.
Think and be Rizal.
Yes.
Well, again, thank you so much. And Sergio, do you have any parting words before we go? Any message to anybody listening out there viewing this interview?
Well, all I can say is that if you feel you have what it takes to be a knight of Rizal, please don't hide. Come forward. Say that you want to be. Grow the brotherhood the way the brotherhood should be. And as I just said, all you have to do is think and be Rizal, for he is our model. And of course, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Nanam Nismoriar.